What's up, world? Welcome to FawrOut Perspective Podcast. We back. We on video now, bitch, so I can be more of myself. That might have been a little aggressive. That was probably unnecessary.
No, it's fine. They need to know that.
All right.
They need to know.
All right.
We on.
Definitely got to warn my grandmother next time she want to watch it or listen.
Grandma be alright.
Yeah, she will be. I learned from her how to curse, so hey, fuck it. But welcome back to FawrOut Perspective Podcast. My name is Kurt, architect.
It's your boy Y 2 times your ex-favorite nigga.
Hey, and we back. So this is our first time being on video. So like, there's no really going back after this. So again, my name is Kurt, architect. You know, FawrOut. You know what I mean? That's like my brainchild, my baby. As most of y'all know, that's already following FawrOut. We've been around since 2017. That's like the conception of FawrOut and what it is to be yourself. So the slogan is for the talented, unique, and misunderstood. So as I explain to people, like if everybody goes right, you're that person that goes left. You know, you walk to the beat of you march to the beat of your own drum. You're really just an individual, not scared to be different and being yourself. So you could be into different things. You could be like that person in class that might have been real quiet or awkward to themselves, but you got up from your desk, they had like some Picasso style type paintings going on or like some next level stuff. Like you got something with you that makes you unique and different, and it's to you to really embrace that and stand on it and be FawrOut, be different. So with that umbrella could be the Rico Nasties of the world, the Tyler the Creators of the world, or it could be the Lil Durks of the world, the Lil Babies of the world, the Migos. Like it's really a mixed blend of everything, the Issa Raes of the world, all of that. So I say that to say this to give another little introduction to what FawrOut is. So for people that's been following it, you know it's been about, or you know it started kind of under with battle rap, with carrying that message of being FawrOut. So that could be FawrOut bars, just saying shit that's different, thinking different, putting together. On the verbal assault on people that's just different is some FawrOut shit. So it stems, or that's kind of how the nucleus of it all really kind of started with battle rap. So since then, we have expanded. Obviously, we have a FawrOut Perspective Podcast. We have got merch. Got stuff we're getting ready for the fall for merch. We do have people associated that are artists and not just on the battle rap side. We just got done doing an event in collaboration with the Black Vibrations Podcast. Shout out to G. Shout out to Taj. Shout out to Manny. Everyone over there.
Love y'all.
For sure. Definitely appreciate the opportunity for even thinking of us to collab with for our anime event. This past June, that was a major success, sold out. Just trying to spitball, I think everything else, all that we got going on. So, battle rap, events coming up, merch, the podcast that you're watching right now, FawrOut Perspective Podcast. So this is more so about kind of further pushing that message of being FawrOut and different. So we are going to have different type of guests on here. We may have the anime crowd on here. You may have your creatives that maybe do art. From oil painting to photography to whichever type of visual art, music, freestyles. It's a whole lot of stuff that when you think is dope, I want you to think that's FawrOut, that's ill, that's FawrOut, that's dope, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the point of this podcast is to highlight that. So we are going to be targeting a bit of the alternative black crowd, I would say. So like, if you're that person who always felt different from the rest or not as cool or just, I mean, maybe you did think you was cool, everybody else was just weird. You just was your own individual. Like, this brand is for you. This is the lifestyle, being different, being yourself. And it doesn't have a specific look to it. Like, I don't have face tats. I have a nose ring, but I don't have, like, face tats or green hair or, you know what I mean? It's really within. So you could be a lawyer, but you could freaking, I don't know, play the saxophone that night or some shit like that. You're far different, dope. So with that, we do just want to update y'all, and shit, it's been a minute. We plan to keep this thing cracking and consistent. And with that being said, my boy Wah, what you been up to? What's new with you?
Man, nothing, man. I've just been trying to make some money working at the, where am I at now? I'm at Smoothie King, bro. Shit easy. I'll just be in there. Like, they got cameras. I'm getting fired tomorrow. I'm not doing nothing right in that joint. You only get a smoothie a day. Everybody else makes smoothie. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and give me one of them too. And slide that on the side. But man, just been working, man. Trip, you know, we got a trip coming up to DR. This is personal stuff, but we just got a trip going to DR. So I just been in the gym, you know, I gotta lose about 10 pounds because the Hoochie Daddy shorts is coming. You follow me, you're gonna see all the Hoochie Daddy songs they be using, all the reels. I'm gonna be annoying as hell. So don't worry about me. Chest out, everything, Rick Ross style, all day.
Now I do got the DR trip coming up. That definitely should be fun. I do need to join you in the gym, but every time I get on IG and I be seeing you going in, just be in the bed like a boy going in, and I just be at home like, I'm gonna get in there eventually. But yeah, no, we did. We do got that going on. I think for me, I've just been just working to be consistent, having things roll out for the brand, further grow, elevate, in all aspects. Like one of my favorite rappers, listen to Benny the Butcher. Like last year was about expanding. It's been about branding. Like I feel like it's gonna be like that for us. Shout out to Ebony behind on the camera doing this for us, video and editing. So
Big ups to Ed.
yeah, shout out to her for that. As we get used to being on camera, that's definitely different for us.
Gotta find something to do with my hands.
I feel like fucking, was it Ricky Bobby? And he's just like, another dude.
Put his shit's all over the place.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. But we're gonna get used to this shit. So one of the things I listened to a podcast this week on purpose with Jay Shetty. So it's like a health and minds wellness podcast. He has a big show on there. He had him on there twice. So they talk about this meditation, getting into a place of peace, and just loving who you are and dealing with stress. Just really being truly zen for real, basically. He was a monk for a few years. If you are on YouTube, you need something good to watch, just listen to. I would check out Jay Shetty's On Purpose podcast. I bring him up because he had a guest on there. I just listened to him. Her whole thing was about confidence. She has a book coming out. It would definitely be beneficial to check her out. I think her name was Lisa something. But
shout out Lisa something.
Yeah, shout out Lisa
girl.
Yeah, shout out Lisa something. But her, I said this is technically media. I have to be fucking correct.
Well, while he's doing that, so I'm heading back to Virginia to see my homeboy. He having his second child. He having a baby shower. I told him, bro, you have another kid. You can't have no more baby showers, bro. That's it. I mean, you better use that stuff from the last kid, cause
Lord. Well, shout out to your homeboy.
Hey, Keyron, bro, cat of drinks ready, man.
Well, shout out to his Virginia State boys, HBC.
Hey, VSU, Trojans,
JCSU, Golden Bull, Johnson C. Smith. But back to her name, Lisa the Leo or something like that. My apologies. But her thing about confidence, it was not always confident, but show up. So I think we were talking about that before we were on air today.
Consistency.
Yeah, just being consistent, just showing up. Like I think sometimes with confidence, people think you have to feel good or already be in a super great headspace to go ahead and do some things. And more times than not, people you see that you look up to, they might not have always been in a great space. There's really never a right time. Unless you really get into your career, whatever it is you do, then the timing makes sense.
There's never perfect timing.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something, maybe I need a little bit more money, or I'm not in the right space. But as soon as you get that, something else is going to pop up. So whenever everybody always asks me, when you go to the gym, how you start? You just got to start. You don't got to start on a Monday. Yep. You don't got to start on the weekend. You just wake up and you just go.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to show up. So that's one of the biggest takeaways I think I got listening to that podcast. And even looking at watch Heart to Heart with Kevin Hart. He had Jay-Z on there recently, and Jay was on there just talking about just confidence and wanting to be like what Ali represented back in the 60s, late 50s, to be a strong black man and be confident. Like, thinking where we come from, like, it is a lot of low self-esteem, like, just thinking of generational fucking inheriting traumas and just self-esteem as a black man. Just that too, just thinking about seeing them men hold up signs, I am a man. Like, that's crazy to really process, like, fighting to be a man. But he said he wanted to be remembered as one of, like, the Alis or the voices for his generation, or to look up to somebody with confidence. And you just think about pacing yourself out and being in a space to do things. Like, he's getting in the film now. Producing things, and he just said it all came down to being in the right space and mind, or really just him being in the space and pocket to do that. Like, those are the things he wanted to do, but just being in the space and giving yourself grace at times to do things. And he mentioned doing things with purpose. Like, yeah, you can be number one record, selling out tours, but it's gonna get to a point that's okay. Like, what are we doing this for? So just having the purpose in mind of what you're doing things for. So I think that's what the point of me saying that is to give like a declaration. But that's like
decoration. Oh, get his ass.
I'm a declaration. That's me doing that to myself and then on camera as well, to like be consistent with myself. So I know I'm going to see this. I'm probably going to cringe at seeing myself on video and seeing, okay, you could have did that better, this better, that better. But who gives a fuck? You kind of just got to do it. You really got to show up. So
I'm at my best every time the camera is on. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, he has a haircut. I don't got none of that shit right now. But it's like just being yourself, man. So just showing up. Because I mean, you know me like more like better than most, like one of my closest friends. So I know for me, sometimes the people see me and they're like surprised that I'm like speaking in front of people, or maybe funny or have a personality, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of annoying, but I get like, you just be yourself. I'd rather much be judged by actually being myself versus trying to.
Yeah, because people gonna talk regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't really matter.
Instead of try to be super poised or cool person. I mean, you go look corny if you're trying to be too cool. So I realized that too. You can look corny if you're trying to be too cool or a little too laid back. So just be yourself. So that's the whole thing as far as being yourself. But to kind of pivot from that. We do have some segments we want to start trying out, and shout out Donnie D, or she's not here today. But we do have a segment I want to jump off with. Wild Whistle, Wild 2 times.
Yeah. Wisdom. So, you know, just a play on Wild Wisdom. So, just something quick. It's going to be something, probably, it's going to be something different every time. But, you know, first one on films, I just want to make sure we get a little bit of financial education. So I know a lot of people hear about crypto, stock, and all that. This is mainly a stock. And Google, everybody knows Google. We all use the search engine to do everything. Google this Monday, which was the 18th, did a stock split, a 20-to-1 stock split. Their stock before that was around 2,200, and it dropped to 110. And I think it's like 114 now, but it's probably going to come back down because of, you know, the times we in the recession. But I'm urging all my people, especially black people, man, don't buy them Jordans, don't get that purse. Just for a month, man, get 2-3 stocks. I promise you, in 5 to 6 years, this will be what you want. This is what you want to be. And it's a good way if you're a beginner. If you buy Google, you know Google's going to be around. Everybody says Google me. Nobody uses anything else. Ask Jeeves, Bing. What else we used to have? Yahoo, you know, so you should, and you can actually watch your money grow for once, because a lot of us, you know, we just think about just getting money. We never really see our money grow. We always want to flip something. We always want to, if I give you, you know, that's how scammers get there, you know, you give me 200, I give you 1,000. That's not the way life works or money works. So I promise you, get about 2-3 stocks. Don't buy that bag. Don't buy them shoes. Don't buy that outfit just for a month. Just put it in something that you know is going to last, and hold it. Hold it for at least 5 years, and I promise you, you'll look back like, oh, okay, because I'm on it. I'm not going to be working after 50. I made a promise to myself that around 45, 50, I need to be self-efficient. I don't want to have to work for nobody unless I want to. And yeah, that is a little bit of wisdom, you know, put some money somewhere else. You know, don't stop buying cars, you know, clothes and stuff. Put it somewhere where it's going to make money for you. So just a little wisdom. Just trying to help.
There we go. Wild Whistle with the financial advice.
Oh, and the ticker symbol, the ticker symbol for the Google is GOOGL. Because they have other ones too, and those are still all the way up, so y'all don't think I'm lying. So just go to that ticker symbol, GOOGL.
Look at that. You come to this podcast, you can hear some shit about anime, which we're going to dive into.
We are.
You get some financial advice from Wild Whistle, like multiple streams of income. Like he's on his grind right now. All of us are on our grind.
Gotta be.
But Wild Whistle has definitely been on the wave of financial literacy and the financial free for a minute now. Like I think he put me on the Earn Your Leisure podcast, I think. So yeah, if you want to know about stocks and like what's the move to make and splits coming up, like that's definitely somebody to talk to, Wild Whistle. But earlier we did mention the it's probably not good, but going through my phone on the camera. But hey, this is I told you I probably gonna cringe at some of this stuff later. But hey, I don't fucking start it. So I did want to go back and talk about the Black Vibrations podcast. So shout out to again G, Manny, and Todd. They were they were gracious enough to reach out to us to collaborate with an event, an anime social. That's really, I believe, Manny's like brainchild. He's a guy we went to Harding University High School with. He's from Charlotte. Shout out to HU. We went to high school with him, but he reached out in regards to combining to do a event for anime social last month at Duff and SWAT. Camp North End, and it was a sold out event, so successful. They had cosplay, so I'm not an anime person. My boy Wild Whistle is in the anime. I think the first and only episode I've seen so far was the joint on Netflix, the what's it called?
Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
One episode.
Shit, one episode. I watched it the day of too. But yeah, hey. But I got this guard. Y'all fuck with Demon Slayer? I fuck with Demon Slayer. But yeah, no, it's very cool when you talk about FawrOut being different, being yourself. Like, it was cool to see people cosplay, like grown, like adult, like our age, and really nerd out about some shit. I think it's cool. Sometimes people try to hide their excitement for things and try to be too cool, but it was cool to see people nerd out and really, really be passionate about some things. Like, I love seeing people passionate about things. So, why would you want to just recap the event, or
yeah, man, the event was like super dope because I've been on anime since a kid, so you know, just to be in an environment where everybody's actually on the same page with anime, because now anime is, you know, huge for everybody. Even people that don't even watch anime, they got on, you know, Goku shirts, Deku, all type of stuff. But you know, if you grew up, you know, in the hood in black, you really. If you did that ninja run, you wasn't getting no ass. That was it. If you ninja run in high school, that was it. You're only gonna get the girl that's ninja running. You're not gonna get nobody else. So it wasn't as open as it is now. So just to be in that environment, to see all the people actually that love anime out there, you know, just being themselves, and I could be myself with the far anime because I love it. It's been my whole life. So the event was really dope. And the people were out there, all good energy. Everybody loved it. You know, nobody really had anything crazy to say. And we really didn't think nobody was going to dress up. Like, we had like 2 people in mind. We had like 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We had a whole, like, you know, competition, you know, cosplay competition and shit. So it was really dope, man. We're definitely going to have another one. Not going to give you a date because I don't know when. But if Manny doesn't talk about it, FawrOut definitely going to throw an anime. Speaking it to existence.
Yeah, no, it's definitely very dope. Just seeing the different people out there, black, white, just really kind of come together for one thing that they all love and enjoy. So it was cool seeing the cosplay.
Yeah.
The icebreaker that Manny set up was dope. Seeing people just go to their favorite character, who's their favorite character, and why. And it was during Durag Fest too. So for it to still be a sellout during Durag Fest in the same area, that was pretty dope. That was some FawrOut shit. So shout out to everybody that came and followed the page after that. Everybody just rock out and be themselves. So it was cool kind of seeing that culture come out and whatnot. So I definitely look forward to doing more events and things of that nature. All FawrOut shit that we think is for the talented, unique, and misunderstood. Like, this is for you. But being with that and just talking about, just pivoting again from that, speaking of what we've been up to, I recently was in Pennsylvania. Shout out to my home state. I am a Charlottean. Like, if I see you on the street, I'll tell you from Charlotte. But my hometown is Erie, PA, so shout out to Erie, PA. And shout out to Pittsburgh, so my brother and sister are from. I bring that up because I was in Pittsburgh last month for my little brother's high school graduation. Shout out to C-Bug. He graduated from Penn Hills High School up there. Shout out to him. Starting college in 10 days. On West Virginia, football.
What position, you know?
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to my little bro.
If you need some route running, you know, you can always call me. I run a mean-ass curl route.
I think he's going to be cool about it, and then the Lakers like, see, what the fuck is that? But
I'm like twice as fast as him.
Are you serious? But, yeah, no, so it was crazy. So we were listening to their valedictorian, and just America, the state that this country and this world is in, this is far, we talk about a wide range of things. But it was just so interesting to hear the valedictorian speak because she mentioned, so their prom, my little brother's prom was the week of the school shooting in Texas, right? So that was their prom week when that happened. And she mentioned like going through COVID and school shootings and all these things that the kids are going through, all these traumas and the stresses and this reality that they're going through. And she mentioned being in 3rd grade and her family at the TV crying and disbelief because of 3rd grade there in 2012, and that was the year that Sandy Hook happened. Another elementary school shooting, mass casualties, and they were, talking about never again, so we never again. So it was just kind of crazy to hear this young adults' perspective on growing up in this world of school shootings and living through a pandemic and just such a different world and reality from maybe what we grew up in. So to be in 3rd grade and see a school shooting, your parents be scared and terrified for you, and then being, this will never happen again, to the week of you're getting ready to graduate high school, going to your prom, and there's another school shooting. So I just wanted to kind of touch on the state of the world and if it's had any impact on you mentally, or cause I know some people just been feeling out of whack. So what do you think of her perspective of how she sees things, like growing up, seeing school shootings, you're getting out of high school, another school shooting? Like, what do you think for the Gen Z, these kids growing up? Like, what do you think of their reality and how they see the world?
It's fucked. I mean, and the only reason I say that is because everything's on social media. You know, you really can't do anything without it being on social media. And it's fast. Like, you think one thing is something, and then somebody get another interpretation and run with it. And by the time it gets around the world, the way you saw it don't even matter, because the lie is more entertaining than the truth.
Yeah.
So just growing up with school shootings is tough anyway. But I was gonna ask you, if you could live outside of America, where would you go?
If I could live outside of America, where would I go?
Like, you have dual residency and you was like, I ain't feeling America right now. I'm gonna go see.
Definitely somewhere in Africa. I don't know where exactly, but definitely somewhere in Africa.
You said Africa?
Yeah.
You don't know what part?
No, not specifically, but somewhere. I mean, just for visuals, I'll probably say like Cape Town. That's the spot? Right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Or Ghana, somewhere.
Ghana's lit.
Somewhere, man.
What I hear.
Yeah, somewhere I want to adopt the African accent and just talk like I'm freaking burning away all day.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the Caribbean and live my best life.
That'd be fire too.
I'll just live there.
Dual residency is like a more real reality every day.
Yeah.
So
it's getting ghetto. Like, you know,
yeah,
I used to hate when people used to say, I don't think I could raise my kids here. But I'm like, man, these school shootings is
I actually want to have a kid too, or have children. So it's like thinking of like putting your kids through a school system. That's where one place like your kid's supposed to be safe at. So like,
yeah, exactly. You send your kid to school because you know you tired of looking at them, and then you don't want to hear. You know, we had a shooting because
we love the children. Walt he just had a drink, so
we love them, but everybody gets. I go to Walmart sometime, and y'all gotta keep y'all kids to yourself.
Yeah,
right? I'm tired of hitting them with my cart. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
They in the way.
They are mad annoying sometimes. But yeah, no, that's crazy to really think of wanting children or your own family, but thinking like, yo, that might not be the safest thing to do in America. So. Food shortages, monkeypox. They discovered another virus is deadly somewhere.
I think this is the most distractions we've ever had in a long time because it's always something.
Always something.
Since TikTok came around, it's been distraction after distraction. Like,
yeah, man.
I've seen people scroll 2-3 hours straight, and I'm like, you not tired? Like,
do you think how that's impacted your mental health? I know for me it has. So.
I just got a TikTok, and I got a TikTok just to like show workouts and stuff like that.
But not even TikTok, just everything going on in the world. Have you been impacted?
Have I been impacted? No. Maybe because when I was younger, I kind of know how. I'm emotionally aware of stuff, so I can kind of when I'm down, I can kind of figure out like what's making me do this. Waking up, looking at my phone to see what's going on. That's always a reason that I stopped doing that just for that, because whatever you see is going to determine how you feel. Like, you see a shooting in the morning, now you're going to have a bad day.
Yeah, no, when I was
I kind of just, I pay attention to what I'm looking at now instead of just watching stuff randomly.
Nah, it's crazy you mentioned that about waking up, seeing a shooting in the morning. So, like, I was in my hometown, Erie, 4th of July weekend, so it's 4th of July. So, no, the day after, there was a shooting in Philly. 2 cops got shot, and then there was one in Hyde Park in Illinois, right outside Chicago. I was just in Chicago earlier this year for my birthday. Shout out to my boy Nick. But we were, me and my grandmother having breakfast. I was looking at the news, I was going on down to Philly, and then seeing what happened in Hyde Park, and just like that was just wild for me. Like, as we're watching the news, eating our breakfast, it's just like another shooting, another mass shooting. Like, that's really the norm here. Like, we're used to that. So I try to avoid the news, but I think sometimes when I do watch it, it does kind of fuck up my mental, just because it just seems like it's one bad thing after the next. And
can't watch the news, man.
It seems like it's by design, like everything going on. I started recently wearing my mask again, please no judgment, but
I wear mine too.
I definitely did take it off for a little bit, but just seeing cases going back up, people that's coming down with it, and other viruses coming out, it's like, I don't know, it's insane. It's a lot to really process and take in. But shit, outside of the crazy fucking world, what would you say, since this is FawrOut Perspective Podcast, what would you say, because I'm going to ask people this question too, what would you say drives you to be you, or what makes Why Wizard Why 2 times FawrOut? So what makes Why FawrOut, what drives you to be you?
I learned at a young age, just dealing with different people and stuff like that. Like, man, people gonna say whatever they want. Like I said earlier, people gonna say whatever they want about you. So just do it the way you want to, you know. And I just always been I always knew stuff would work out for me in the long run. I just gotta stay down, and usually it does. So I just always just try to stay positive, man. I go to the gym a lot now too, but before that I always try to meet people with positivity. I don't carry around beef. All that stuff kills people, man. Beef, stress, all that stuff. You keep that shit long enough, man, it's gonna be the reason that you go. So I always try to keep, I just try to be, I'm not the best person every day, but I just try to be, a good person when most days. So yeah, and I'm me. I know what I'm good at, and I really, I show people that. I don't really talk about shit I don't know. Like, if I'm showing you something or telling you something, I'm knowing about it. I'm not gonna tell you something about he said, she said. Like, I'm gonna come to you with facts or, just funny shit. Cause I'm silly. I don't take a lot serious, and people see that. So gravitates a lot of people, and yeah, I think that makes me FawrOut. A good person that actually, and I know sports, I know anime. I can talk to you about stocks, all type of stuff, life insurance. I'm not just a one-trick pony. I've lived outside of Charlotte, 6 years in Seattle. Everybody should visit. You should visit in the summertime though, because it's very gloomy and depressing, and not a lot of black people. So if you go in the summertime, at least the weather is nice. And yeah, I wouldn't trade those summers for anybody else's. But I think that's what made me FawrOut. Now I'm back in Charlotte. I got a new way of living. I see things differently now. So now I can, I feel like I can help people that's here or that want to grow and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm happy to be back. And I think, that's what makes your boy FawrOut. And my name is Wawa. Come on now. if you're not in Virginia, upstate, this it's a gas station. And no, I don't own a gas station. You think if I owned a gas station, I would have went to college. I would have been rolling in money. Fuck that.
No, his Instagram name used to be Not The Store.
Not The Store. That was my first name. I had that page is going. Don't even try to look that up. It is.
Yeah. No, that is some FawrOut shit. Your name Wawa. But yeah, I think what would make me, or I think, because I plan to ask people this, what drives me to be me, to ask myself, I think.
What makes Kurt architect?
Thank you, Sean. I sound like I'm too crazy.
Third person.
Many Kanye.
Copy bastard.
I was just listening to his interview on Dream Champs again too. But
that's some cocky shit.
Yeah. So,
twice.
Yeah. It was funny. Like how much he loves himself.
I like watching him get more drunk every question. You drinking again?
Yeah. Well, I think what drives me to be me. Thank you for asking. I think what drives me to be me is just like Kanye. Speaking of Kanye, I didn't even think to tie it to, but he had a song on college or the graduation called "Everything I'm Not Made Me Everything I Am." So I think with that, going through high school, it's not really fitting in. Charlotte was like a new environment for me. Like, you listen to the What Is Black episode, you heard me get torched about my sneakers because I didn't have Air Force Ones. And while I just couldn't wait to hear more about my pain.
I just want to know what other shoes you had. That's the only question.
I had some black and white Nikes, but my mom wanted to stick to the dress code. So
they were just Nikes?
Yeah, I forget what they was decent, they was nice, but they wasn't no forces. I wasn't stomping fresh on my Air Force Ones like everybody else.
You were stomping fresh in your Nike sneakers.
Your mom had me on some other shit, man. But it's not what's on you, it's what's in you. That's basically what she said.
Not in high school.
Right.
Nobody care about your insides in high school.
Everybody cares about the content of my character right now.
That's not me.
You want to see if my shit is white and not creased.
That's the reason I stopped watching All American, because they was way too emotionally invested into it. It's not football.
Bro. OD.
Right, and all the football players, all of them had six packs. I'm like, bro, these are children.
Yeah, it's funny seeing. I'm trying to get through the last season now because I know they got the Homecoming on Netflix now.
It's rough. I'm done.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. You can tell it's hella white writers now, but it's just funny seeing these niggas growing their beards back, being normal now. It's like, Niggas, first week of college, they all got fucking beards.
Right.
But I think what drives you to me is like everything I'm not made me everything I am. So I always thought I was cool, unique. I remember getting a nose ring in college. People thought I was weird. Like I don't. To some people that don't know me, well, I don't have the personality to get a nose ring or to have tattoos. I have other tattoos. I don't look like that person to really be that, but it's really me. And just always wanting to be my own person. You know, sometimes that is hard to be. Sometimes when you don't have a strong sense of self, but you know what you don't want to be. So I think what drives me to be me is knowing what I don't want to be, and I think I was telling my mom and to other people, like it's really like life. I feel like a creator player. Like you literally create the life you want for yourself and put the right intentions out. So I think just being different and standing on that and creating the brand FawrOut and just even what I say, what it represents, just really living by it too. So I'm not just saying some shit that sounds that sounds like all right, but living by it too. So I think everything I'm not, maybe everything else is building on what I'm not, embracing what I'm not, and loving what I am, who I am. I think that's what drives me to be me, and what makes me FawrOut. But
favorite Kanye song, go.
I Wonder. Graduate. That's my favorite Kanye album. Yeah, I love that song.
Mine is Wait Till I Get My Money Right. Graduate. It's just the way he came onto that joint. It was just crazy.
Parallel, double park that motherfucker sound. Yeah, that's my graduation too.
Homie, this is my day.
It's my favorite Kanye album.
Fire.
But I do know I know we about to wrap up, but I do know I have a person in mind I want to have, a local Charlottean here that may be able to expound on this. But, you know, our issue here is always, do we have culture? Do we have an identity? I know you've been out west for the past 6 years, came back last year. So you being fresh back into Charlotte and basically growing up here, would you say Charlotte has an identity or a culture?
Black culture, you mean?
It's culture in general. And I went to Chicago, like I felt like in Chicago. The white people had like a Cubs hat on, that's like North Side. Then, you know, you see the black people in the White Sox hat, Bears. Like they're Bulls, they're decked out. Like you know you're in Chicago.
I feel like we were getting one while I was gone, but then they started building shit everywhere. And most people here, you know, when you tell people you from Charlotte, you live in Charlotte, they're like, oh, you like a unicorn. I'm like, what do you mean? Because all the buildings that they're making, people in Charlotte can't afford. It's for the people coming to Charlotte. So it's kind of hard to make an identity when you got people from all over the place, and people that live in Charlotte are moving to the outskirts because living is expensive. Especially people in the South aren't from New York, aren't from Cali, so $1,500 a month that could break somebody's bank. You feel me, in Charlotte? So, but if you live in New York, $1,500, you got a little rat roommate. You feel me? Yeah. So, shit's just different, man. I don't know. I don't see it. It's a lot. It's a lot of white people.
Yeah, a lot of white people. It's a very conservative city. I think we have a lot of dope creators, a lot of dope people.
Yeah.
I also think we have the outlets or avenues, like maybe how Atlanta has, like a DC or Texas, Houston specifically. I mean, that's more of a conversation. I might just have to educate myself more on what all is around as I start to step out more too. But I do have someone in mind that is in the music scene here and pretty much grew up here, so I kind of want to pick his brain about what he thinks the city has or lacks or support and all of that shit. But we'll leave that for the next one. So for our first video podcast, I know I'm gonna see this and probably cringe, but fuck it.
I look good.
You gotta show up. So me making myself vulnerable, getting wild on camera, like this is not shit we all necessarily comfortable with doing, but trying to convey and push out a message that feels bigger than all of us with FawrOut and the whole brand and what it represents. So, I would like somebody to look at this 2 years from now and see
the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, and then another 2 years from then, probably be somewhere bigger, nicer, have our own shit going on, battle raps doing well, merch doing well, and we have some artists that represent the brand, events. Be known in Carolinas, but ultimately a global brand. So, say all these things are speaking into existence, and it's on video. So,
it's proof. It's happening.
Yeah. So again, my name is Kurt C. Kurt Architect for social media, and
it's your boy Y 2 times.
And we are signing out. Thank you for checking out our first episode of FawrOut Perspective Podcast. Follow FawrOut on IG, Twitter, Facebook, FawrOut.
Oh.
Bitch.